Popping, 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 popping. Hey, hey, journeyman, journeywomen. This is the Hero's Journey with Dr. D here to encourage, to motivate, to educate, to inspire. Put this down a little bit. Educate, inspire, helping create a better mindset today and helping you look beyond your first move. That's my goal. That's my objective. That's my thing. I can do what I want to do. That's my thing. All right. Well, with that being said, you know what tonight is? You know what tonight is? Uh-uh. Oh, what is tonight? Tonight is a hero's update. Yes, it is. It's a hero's update, but it's a hero's update. It's a hero's preview, not recap. It's a preview, update, as well as Q&A. I think I may air that out and just call it the preview as well as the preview and the Q&A. Because what I'm going to do, I'm going to go right into it. Excuse me. You probably wondered, Dr. D, so since you didn't have a feature this week, I do have a feature this week, just it hasn't came up yet. That's why it's a preview. And if you remember what we went over last week, or what I said last week, if you was there, or just if you was not there, just go back and look at it. Please. Help me help you so we can help others by clicking subscribe, commenting, sharing, and giving that famous thumbs up. Not just in the chat, but when it's all over or you're looking at a replay, just go down, just get a thumbs up. What you do when you do that, you help me make a better tomorrow, today. Help the algorithm push things out, and it keeps me on, keeps me encouraged, keeps me inspired, so I can inspire you. All right. So, but today is the preview of the video that's up and coming, and the video that I'm doing is cycle of fear. Cycle of fear. Cycle of fear. Now the question is, how do you stop that cycle? But the question is, how does it come upon you? And a lot of times we deal with things, and that's the video that I'm going through, the feature video. I'm going to do it. And so what I probably will start doing for going forward is I will do a preview, and it just depends. I'll do a preview and a Q&A, and then I will do the feature. It gives me a little bit more time for research and make more polished product. And I'll do a feature which will be the video in question. So if people come on to the preview, then you have a little bit more insight. You have input into the content of the video, and then it gives me more time to make a more polished presentation when it's uploaded. And so I may do the preview as well, the preview, then the feature, and then the recap. Because what happens is that when I get through all of these, I consolidate and edit, and I put it in podcast form. I know a lot of times people don't have time to look at videos, but when they're in transit, they can listen to the audio. And that works for me because you can listen to audio over and over again. Because I have over 90 videos, but I don't think that I have uploaded all 90 upon my podcast platform. And my podcast platform covers Apple, Google, Spotify, about 6 to 7 more. So pretty much if you have a podcast, you can listen to it. You just press that button while you're working, while you're driving, while you're riding your bike. But it's your call. So I'm just explaining to you all what my process is. And now my process is now what I start off with, I'm gonna start with the preview. Now what I'll do, for those who want to come on, I sent out a link, but I'll put the link in, starting this off, I'll put a link in the chat section right now. So when I get to my Q&A, you can just pop on to the back room and we have at it. All right. So copy the link, and I'm putting it right now. And so you get on now, you just be in there waiting. And that's fine. That's fine with me. All right. So right now we talk about the preview of Cycle of Fear. Now a lot of people ask, Okay, what I will do is that when I get through with the preview, then I'll open up the floor for Q&As. And then tomorrow I'll do a replay. And I'm thinking about doing something totally different, is trying out the different platform with another live. I call it the after show, the overmath, because we still be discussing the similar topic, the same topic, and I get a lot of people. I'll give people a chance to give me feedback on that as well, and it's a chance you get free therapy because I am a therapist coach. So have at it. So what I'm talking about tonight, I'm doing a preview on cycle of fear. It's only two elements. It's two things in a universe that actually that collide, and they're opposites. It's fear and faith. And I've done videos previously about which one would you choose? Would you choose faith or you choose fear? And I even use different things, examples of eagles as well as eagles and vultures, talking about faith and fear. And a lot of people don't understand that faith is a faith is the element of thing that you don't see, but it's the thing that you walk in. And even if you're outside of the religious form, we still live by faith. But the faith that we often live by is the faith that's programmed in us. So you have to come to terms. Is it really what we believe? Or is it what somebody programmed us to believe that was valid for us? See, my whole goal, and I'm streaming all my information and all my knowledge set is into helping people to regulate their emotions as I work on regulating mine. Because I believe that if you can regulate your emotions, oh man, there's a lot of things you can tap into because you can compose yourself. You can compose yourself in the midst of situations. Happen. Yo, I think my stuff just went out on. I'll be back on. But what happens is that if you cannot regulate your emotions, our parents did the best they could with what they had. But we're 40 years old, 50 years old, 30 years old, 25 years old, and we can't blame our parents for what we have not gotten. Now more than ever, we're in a type of we're in a civilization or culture or world that everything that we want, we can get at the touch of a button. We can ask Google when we don't feel like going to the library, and we can get information. So you not knowing is not good enough. Of course, you didn't know, but now you can know. But what is your choice? Do you want to? Do you choose to stay stuck and stagnant in a place that you're gonna live the rest of your life in? Now, the goal is: do you want to live a life that's worth telling a story about? Do you want to live a life that's worth writing a book about? Do you want to live a life that people are willing to pay money to read about? Or do you want to exist so when the next day flies over, nobody's ever talking about you? And I'm not even talking about worldwide. What about your community, your neighborhood? Forget the neighborhood. What about your house? What do your kids say about you? What do your parents say about you? What do your uncles? What do the three people closest to you say about you? What legacy would you leave in the people and relationship you have touched? Is it negative or is it positive? Do you give up negative energy or positive energy? So my focus is I am trying to focus on individuals actually getting a better grip on regulate their emotions. People don't understand. We receive every every memory pretty much we still have. Even if it's not in our conscious mind, it's in our unconscious mind. And our amygdala, and I explained this in a video previously, is a perceptual library that keeps all the emotions, the perceptions of the memory. The prefrontal cortex, what it does, it stores the memory. The amygdala keeps the perception of the memory. But then when things are triggered, perceptions come out. And what happens is that we have not learned to control what goes in and what goes out. We allow everything to dump into us. We allow all putrid information that's irrelevant of our growth to grow in us. And then we stink. And when we stink, don't nobody want to be around us. We wonder why. Is it because you washed? Because we haven't taken a bath? Oh, no, no. It's because you're receiving, you're absorbing the emotions of the person that's close to you because you don't want to hurt their feelings. When in return, they're hurting your life. I did the video about vultures. A lot of times we have individuals in our lives where it's family, it's friends who just use us as dumpsters. They're controlling the output of our life when we have not taken our life by the realms. What type of life do you want to have? Do you want to live a life in fear or faith? I'm going to explain about the triggers and just be on the lookout. I'm going to explain about the triggers of fear, which comes through our five senses as well as internal memory. Everything that affects us is now on the outside. It may have came from the outside at one point, but it stayed in us for 20 years. And then the outside stimuli connected to it, and then it caused things to rise up, and we don't know where it came from. I'm working on something right now, and I will, if anybody's interested in it, I'm going to start giving I do this thing where I help people release trapped emotions, things that are pressed down. Now, I am a coach, behavioral therapist / coach. So therefore, when I help people, things come to surface, I can help people with the tools to deal with it. Well, when it comes up, you're cool, but now you know what's been holding you back. And I'll explain that detail. If you want information, please go in the comment section and say, Dr. D, I'd like to learn a little bit more. That's about what I do. So, cycle of fear, it starts with a trigger, it goes somewhere, and it ends up in destructive behaviors if you allow fear to control your life. It's your choice. And that's why we need to really focus on being conscious of it. It's shown that research has said that by the time you turn 35, then a program has already been set. And then everything after that is pretty much routine. You're pretty much you're like the hamster in the wheel and you're doing things in a routine. And I explained in my previous video about past, present, and the future, about how individuals are living their present from their past. So that's why it looks just like their past, because they never bothered to create a future. See, the present that you live looks like a lot like your past because sometimes people can't stop living in their past. So therefore, they're regurgitating everything negative. But then again, it's not only negative, it's negative as well as good things. But see, if you bask in the conquest of your past, then you'll never grow. You'll never grow in a future that's beyond. You'll never grow. If you still basking in the conquest of your past, then you'll never know what your future holds. And the future starts with putting goals down and putting it in front of you and doing reverse engineering and backing up to it because you see it and then you walk to it. But you have to see something that you haven't seen before. You only see your mind's eye. And your mind, your imagination is creating stuff for you, but we just refuse to write it down and we refuse to pursue it because we live in fear. And a lot of people live in a perceptual cycle of fear that stagnates them, that paralyzes them, that causes them to run because they choose not to evaluate what are they feeding into their eyes, what are they feeding into their ears, which pretty much is what are they feeding into their mind. And do they even take time to evaluate your thoughts? I read in this good book that as a man thinketh, so is he. So what are you thinking? Also, it says cast down every imagination and every high thing that exalts itself against knowledge of God. Are you actively putting stuff down? Or are you just allowing people to dump stuff in? And so it's very practical. It's not even religious. It- are you allowing people to dump things in? Or you say, no, 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 no. That's why God created voicemail. Beep. So you can just press beep. You can imagine pick up. Beep. They can text. If they text, then you can pretty much screen what they have to say, and you don't have to take a whole bunch of stuff in the process. You don't have to take it in. Let's go. So, people, that is my. Uh, anybody has any? That's my cue. That's my preview. My preview is of my. It's my preview of my video, up and coming video is Cycle of Fear, and that will be coming out this week. I mean, I'm working on it now, doing some research, and try to get my editing up because try to get some quality out. And sometimes it's not. I'm trying to get better 1% every week. So I just, if you find any value in this content, go ahead. You can give me 2 thumbs up. I don't care. But when it thumbs up, down in the comment section, say something in the comment section, share this information, my live as well as my upload. Because when you do that, you really do. You help the algorithm push my stuff out and make it better for me to keep on doing what I'm doing. Because this is not just, this is connected to what I actually do. So my videos is just me giving you value. Is my goal is to help people get beyond their first move. So if I just touch one person, now I actually done what I set out to do. But help me help you so we can help others, and that's the goal. Help me help you so we can help others. So when you click like, subscribe, when you comment and you share, what you do, you help me make it better tomorrow, today, because each one reach one. Now, okay, so this is what we're gonna do. So now I'm opening up the floor for Q&A. So if anybody got my got the chat, just let me know. I'll put a little music on. All right. All right. I'm back. Okay, I see your questions in the chat line. Right. Dr. D. No, I think it's a little delayed. Hey, people. All right. Yeah, I think I'm a do something with show chat. Here we go. Up, up, up. Philip. 15. All right. I'm getting a delay. I think what it is some people on the Facebook, and Facebook is a little ahead of my melon, so it's delay. So I see the questions in my chat, and I will address my questions in my chat. So okay, I see people. Philip, let me see. Indian private. Nah, nah. So Brenda, I saw you too. I'll go back over there and address that. So no, I think it's just delay. All right. All right. Philip said, let me see. Let me ask this question. Phil, give me 3 things I can do to break through fear. That's in the video. I need you actually, I got featured. The 3 things you can do to break through fear. Well, I said, let me think about it. Well, fear doesn't go, break through fear. One thing you need to do in order to break through fear is to go through it. Fear is not absent in the sight of courage. Fear doesn't evaporate. It doesn't go away. It confronts you. Now the goal is to go through fear. And when you go through fear, you have a sense of conquest, of accomplishment, and you realize that you're more than a conqueror. But when you don't tackle it, it controls you. The thing is, you don't want to have fear. You don't want fear to control you. And some fear is good to prevent you from hurting yourself, but not to paralyze you. You never want to be paralyzed by fear. Yeah, because fear initiates anxiety, frustration, hostility. I mean, blood pressure. I mean, fear is a catalyst for a lot of things that affects us. Psychosomatic. Your mind and your body are connected. So if your mind is off, your body is off. Your heart's palpitating because something, its connection is gone. The connection is off. So what is that we need to get the connection right? Is see, this can freeze this. So we need to work that out. So that's what you need to do. First thing, it's 3 things that you can address fear. You can address it. You walk to it, walk through it, and walk ahead of it, and don't look back. All right. Okay. So that's 3 things. That answer your question, Phil? Let me go to the next one. Give me 3 things. I did hide that one. Let me go to Facebook and get the questions off Facebook. um. Okay. Oh, except Facebook. Wow. Okay, Brenda, I got you. I don't know why my Facebook didn't come up. Uh, all except Facebook profile. Everything coming up. Let me go to Brenda. Brenda said that I would like to learn more. Um, great subject you're discussing currently. Okay, cool. All right. That's Brenda. So if anybody looking on YouTube, Brenda commented about she want to know more uh, about the subject. What I'm talking about is that I do a thing called I help people release trapped emotions, and that's part of I make transition from I'm a therapist, but I'm going to coaching. So therefore, I help people release trapped emotions. But when they come to the surface, I can actually help people um, they can be aware of what had happened to them, and then they can actually deal with them. And I can teach them tools to help them proceed and to regulate that emotion that they may have dealt with in the past. So anybody want to know a little bit more about what I do, just put it in the comment section, not in the chat section now. Comment section when it's over on the replay. Just copy and paste it because that still helps the algorithm as well. Okay. All right. Thanks, Phil, for uh to give me 3 things I can do breakthrough fear. Okay. All right. So how was that so Phil, was that sufficient? All right. Okay, Brenda put something in. And Phil say he eating. Can I? Oh, that's that's right. Phil, I need you lean in. Ooh, you ain't supposed to see that. Oh, all right. And Phil always wondering what I'm drinking. It's water. It's water. Any questions? All right. Okay, people on Facebook or YouTube or Twitch, give me some. You want to come on? Where does fear come from? All right. Are you funny? All right. Here's what you create. Fear comes from fear. It's a cycle of fear. And I'm gonna explain that. But fear comes from you have five senses and then you have eternal memory. But it always comes from something outside that comes on the inside of us. And this how we create the narrative is is based on I said this in my last video, I believe. Excuse me, I said it's based on your predisposition, your genetic trait, your environment, as well as your situation in which you were raised in or you was nurtured in. Hear me when I say your predisposition with your genetic trait, whether you know your parents, you don't know your parents, your grandparents, your uncle, whether you're adopted is irrelevant. It still will affect you. It's better to know what you have to look out for than not to know. And then you have situations that you experience as well as the environment in which the situation or you was nourished or malnourished in that affects you. How? It affects you because you are lost. You're not lost. It affects you is because you're living in three realms. You're living in your past, your present, and your future is only in your imagination. But your imagination is stagnant unless you project it on paper and put it in front of you so you can walk to it. That makes sense? Give me a thumbs up or something. That thumbs up, thumbs down. Say that do you know what you're talking about? But what happens is that your imagination creates everything. See these phones right here? All created from somebody's imagination. Is they're all we've always had the capability of doing the phone. It's just that somebody had to put it on paper. Somebody had to put it in front of them. Somebody had to see it go backwards and go backwards. They had to reverse engineer it. They had to see it to be it. They had to see it so it can come to fruition. But the thing is, what is fear? I mean, yeah, you have to see it. All right. Okay, excuse me. You have to see it. So, like I said before, it's your if you are in your present and you continue to live in your past of trauma, then your present's gonna look a lot like your past. Jacked up. If you're in your present and you still living when you made that touchdown 30 years ago and you're 400, you're 50 pounds, 60 pounds overweight, and the only story you have to tell is when you made that touchdown in Pee Wee football and you basking in that memory. You basking in a very small element of what you could have been so much greater, but you're still stuck at 6 years old. That's not good either because you're still not living in your imagination. You're not creating what you're designed to be. I believe God uses our imagination to create the purpose that He wants us to become. But we're too lazy to put things in our head on paper and put it in front of us to walk to it. I believe that. And it takes time and persistent, and you have to be steadfast and unmovable. And that's why you have to X people out, even family members, so you complete what you're called to do. We all got a purpose, but are you willing to tackle that purpose, or are you just scared? So fear comes from a composite of different things, and it comes from the program. You may have been programmed to be fearful. So the thing is, and the program is nothing but a paradigm. So when do you shift the paradigm? When you're 40, 30, 50, 60? When do you shift it to create the program that you want to be? Or you're too scared because you've been enriched. Like I told you, by the age of 35. Age of 35, you're programmed and things are easy. It's easy to stay in depression. It's easy to stay in a rut because it's programmed. It doesn't take much effort. So that fear comes from outside earlier and stays in us. And then we pull up when we want to be scared. All right, so uh I think I asked this before, but I'm going right you say. I think I asked this before, but I'm going there anyway. What is the difference between fear and phobia? I don't have to put mental energy to that. Okay, Google. What is the difference between fear and phobia?
According to the Recovery Village, a phobia is an excessive fear or anxiety related to specific objects or situations that are out of proportion to the actual danger they present.
Okay, she said something. Fear is a natural emotion that protects people from harm when they face real and imminent danger. A phobia is an excessive fear or anxiety related to specific objects or situations that are out of proportion to the actual danger they present. Phobia takes it to a whole new level. Thanks, Google. All right, okay. I know I'm taking over the show with all these questions. All right. Let me see. Another question. Oh, that's for Phil. All right. Oh, Brenda came on YouTube. Okay, cool. Let me see. All right. Phil got the questions. I know I'm taking. Okay, that's not a question. Oh, yes, it is. I know I'm taking over the show with all these questions. Is there such a thing as healthy fears? Yes. Put your hand when you actually the question between what happens that fear and phobia is phobia is the advanced form of fear. All fear is not an unhealthy thing. It's just that when it goes to a level of phobia, then becomes anxiety. It becomes medication because that's when you're stuck in your head. You're creating things that are not actually there, but it actually affects you here. Mind and body connect, called psychosomatic. They took it out of the DSM-5, but it's still real. They changed the term. It's a disorder called TSM. I got it written down somewhere where your mind is mind body connected, mind body disorders. So because it as a man thinketh, so is he. If you think you're sick, you become sick. So it does. So for instance, if the tiger's running, that's health healthy fear is to run so you don't get eaten. Now the tiger's gone. You're in your house. You're not in South Africa no more. Every time you hear a dog bark, you start convulsion, having fit, shaking on the ground, crying. Ah! Yeah, that's not healthy. You have not separated reality from fantasy. You created more than what it was, or more than what it is. So you're still stuck in the situation in South Africa. And when the tiger chased you, even though you're at home as a Chihuahua, the Chihuahua starts looking like a tiger, even though the Chihuahua is not a tiger. You're stuck in your head. So the goal is to get out of your head. Because if you get in your head, you're stuck in your emotions. You got to stabilize. You have to regulate it. You have to also understand that the amygdala is actually It's a perceptual library. So it's the books that are there. So the memory is activated in the cortex. It's there for holding. The memories are engaged. So what happens is that the amygdala is just reception. It's perception is reactive. So when something comes and triggers the book, see, just imagine you have a book of a tiger. And the book of so when you hear a sound that's similar to the tiger, the book falls down and it's right in your lap. So you start reliving, you start responding as if a tiger was after you, even though a tiger's not. That's why you create better memories to cover up from the negative memories or the not so good memories. So the memories don't go away, but you don't want the memories to control your present state. I did a video about bracing your pads. You need to embrace your past so God control the. Nah, that's a different video. I did a video dealing with forgiveness. That's what it is. Um, Dealing with forgiveness and about how different levels of forgiveness, uh, different levels of. Once you forgive, you have it's dark because it's a process. You telling your body with your voice and your action and your behavior, your tone is telling your mind. It's telling mind we're gonna forgive. So you do that. You do the effects. You do the things. I forgive you such and such, but you still feel it. It's still stuck in your emotions. So see, it's still there. So you do things so you can cover up. So you're building good. It's like having not the best cake, but you just building icing on it. So therefore you taste the remnant of cake, or better yet, having green. But it's just bitter, but you put vinegar and fat back or whatever on the vinegar on the green, so it tastes, oh, this is really good. It's still some bitterness under there, but it's really good. It's really good because you put so much good stuff on top that it covers up the sourness of the bitterness of the green. And that's what you have to do. It's at different levels. First, you forgive. It's dark like a magic marker, wide tip, and then you walk in the forgiveness. It thins itself out and becomes like a thin magic marker. Then becomes a felt tip pen, becomes a ballpoint pen, a number 2 pencil, a number 3 pencil, and then flips, it becomes an eraser. And even with an eraser, you have an imprint of what was, because it's still there. But if it's an imprint, it doesn't cover up the new ink that goes on top. Okay, so that explains that. So I hope that helps somebody. I think I asked this before, but I'm going to. What is it? Oh, yeah, we already did that. All right. I think Brenda got one. All right. I don't nobody love me? Don't nobody want to come on? Or is it too difficult to get on here? I need to see a person. Y'all got me ask these questions, but this is good. All right. Okay. Invite some other people on here too. And be sure, like, share. All right. Okay. Brenda, how do you deal with an individual who has a negative fear? That's like an oxymoron. How do you deal with uh, uh, it's crooked, ain't it? How do you deal with an individual who has a negative fear? Would you be wrong for trying to disconnect yourself from the person or stick it out? Negative fear. What's a negative fear? Oh, explain negative fear. I get you come on the link and you can ask. You can put a teddy bear up there. Okay. Anybody else feel you want to take a stab at it? I'm gonna explain this, but I want you to explain, Brenda. What is a negative fear? Negative fear. Ba, ba, ba. All right. No, I wrote that down. Negative fear. Okay. Brenda, you may be doing it on Facebook. Let me see. All right. Okay, let me do my best, Brenda. You said negative fear, but I'm trying to see what a negative fear. Or let's say you just mean fear. Well, how do you deal with an individual who has a negative fear, or are you meaning an individual who's negative? I'm assuming until you tell me differently, the person is negative. So if the person is negative, then the energy they're giving is their aura is negative. And so it's like so it's like it's almost like I don't know if you ever watch the Flintstones when Slip Rock come Slip Rock will come around and everybody's like, oh, here comes Slip Rock. Yeah, nobody doing like this. Nuh-uh. I said, oh, brother, here comes Slip Rock because Slip Rock, wowsy, woo woo, Fred. Wowsy, woo woo, because it be sunny around, but when Slip Rock comes, it storms. He's just depressing. He's depressing. But if the person is negative around him, you can love a person from a distance. You can love a person from a distance, and you don't have to ostracize the person totally. And you can just you can explain to them what the issue is, and you want them to do a little better. If they choose not to do better, then you keep your distance. You still connect with them, but not as much because you got something you're trying to do, and you can't let another person's doom affect your future. But let me see what you said. Okay, I guess you want to explain it. An ongoing fear of thinking something that is going to happen by being treated a certain way. By being treated. Okay. Ongoing fear of thinking something that is going to happen by being treated a certain way by a person. Is this the individual? Is the person having a okay? Does the person have an ongoing fear something's gonna happen? Just no, I can't do this. Is this the person or is this you? Come on now. This you or this the person? Why don't no Brenda, you could have came on. Is it too difficult to get on? Help me out, Brenda, because you haven't got on before. Is it too difficult for is it too many loops? Help me out with this. Is it too many hoops to try to get on the melon? Or does it actually do too many steps? Or you just not feeling getting on? Well, but I answer your question. I think it did. Ongoing fear of thinking something that is going to. Well, Brenda, I don't think you answered. Is it you or somebody else? All right, come on, people. Live chat. Okay, Brenda put something in chat. Okay, I guess I can go back and forth on Facebook. Okay, let me go back. Brenda, you answer my question. Not feeling melon. Okay, that's Philip. That's you. But I asked Brenda because you Phil, you been on. Phil, you ain't been on 2 months. Not feeling. Phil said he ain't feeling melon, y'all. And do I'm on camera all day. I want to eat in my pajamas. Can I do it on melon? Why you can't? Oh, it's the person. All right. So it's the person. Um. All right. So it's the person. So if the person's always negative, you gotta. Yeah. Yeah. You can love a person from a distance. I've had a person. I had to happen to me one time, and I count myself on being an encourager. I said yes, yes, and everything I said, the person had a negative to it. Well, this would be better. Well, I don't know. Such and such. Well, this would be good. I don't know. Maybe that won't work. I said, Lord, and I just got tired. I got tired of trying to help that person overcome their mental objective because to me, it didn't matter what I said. If a person wants to stay negative, they gonna stay negative. If a person want to be in a hole, no matter how many times, just imagine if you person in a hole, right? And he's like, I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna help you out. They in the ditch. They fell in the ditch. He said, I'm gonna I'm gonna reach my hand, grab my hand. No, if I grab your hand, I may fall. Okay, I'm gonna throw a rope down. Well, if if you throw the rope down, I may get burns on my arm. I'm on my hand, my hands are soft. Well, I'm get you under the shoulders. No, no, because if I'm put you under the shoulders with rope, no, that may hurt. It may go through my flesh. So you just let that person stay there because every thing that you come up with, they got a reason why it won't work. As a man thinketh, so is he. So if they think it's bad, you cannot compete with the image a person has in their mind. Just like I believe God works on your imagination to create a future of purpose, I believe the enemy works on your imagination to create a future of fear. Now, what you call it? So it all comes. So God creates purpose. Enemy creates demise. The eagle brings life. A vulture brings fear. Which one would you choose? Because, hear me, it's all your choice. It's all your choice. You know my other videos I said that the vulture brings death and the eagle brings life. And who do they feed? They feed their chicklings. And the chicklings in their nest, which is their mind, is their aspiration, their dreams, and their future. So if the person is the whole diet consists of aspiration, dreams, and future of death, decay, and disease, how can your future of life, long suffering, and how can your life as an eagle, how can that help them? All you can do is help by example and by prayer. Try to stick some things in, but then back off, because what that'll do, that pull you down. Just like I don't know if you ever heard that lifeguards. Some lifeguards have died trying to save people because the person drowning has somebody to help them and save them, but they're just as quickly pull that person down and kill them when there's their lifesaver. Because if I'm convinced that I'm gonna die, I don't care who gonna save me. I'm gonna die. So as a man think, it's not about your hands, it's not about your feet, it's about your mind. Control your mind, control your life. And your mind is not your brain. Your mind is actually inside and outside your brain. It's within the electromagnetic field outside and inside. It's your brain just holds the impulses. I mean, it connects. All right. But you said you asked the question. What you asked this? So I gave part of I answered part of the question. So he said ongoing fear. He said, how do you deal with an individual who has a negative fear? Would you be wrong for trying to disconnect yourself from that person or stick it out? No, you can, like I said, love them from a distance. You can you try, but when it becomes negative, when it start affecting your mood, your disposition, you back up. Don't cut them off. You let them know. Listen. When you start talking like that, I'm trying to get some stuff done, and when you do that, it kind of affects the way I'm doing it. So don't be alarmed when I don't when I don't call you as much. But we still good. I still love you. It's just I got some other stuff that's more pressing that needs to be done. All right. Okay, so let's go down to. Did I answer your question, Brenda? Let me know something. Let's go down. Philip said, not feeling melon. Dude, I'm on camera. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you. Okay, good. So, good, good. Oh, it's good to be appreciated. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, thank you. All right. Anybody else popped through? Let me see if anybody popped on Facebook. I just froze my Facebook. I'm just flipping back and forth. See, Mello doesn't allow me to go back and forth. Box still. That was a good suggestion, Phil. I appreciate it. Go check out the Facebook one. So I kept it on so I could just go back and check the messages that's coming in and out. But the main hub is YouTube. So, any more questions, people? Anybody want to get on, or any more questions? Any more questions? Any more questions, Brenda? Phil? All right, answer this question for me. How y'all feel about me doing popping up, doing some more? I'm trying to do a live on different on a restream and try to see how that plays out. I may just do it impromptu tomorrow before I do the replay. What you think about that? And I got another one that I'm trying to work out with. Trying to do more multiple lives. And I just ask y'all just to share, comment, and come on. Because I think the other live may be easier for good, good. I think the other live may be easier for you to click on. So Brenda, tell me this. Thank you, Brenda. You hit it right on. I hit it right on the head. We will see if I can join tomorrow. Send me a coffee mug. Okay, you still drinking? Still drinking. So Brenda, let me know. Tell me if is it difficult to get on with the melon? I mean, is it like? Does it feel like too many steps? I'm waiting. Give me a response. Too many steps. Phil told me there's too many steps, but some people have gotten on, but I think you have to register. I think some other platforms, if you just you can just pop on, you can pop on, and I know if you can just pop on, easier means pop on your phone as well as on the laptop. So Melon doesn't allow you to get on your phone. You can probably text, but you can't get on the live feed. You can't get your but I have some other ones that allows you to get on your phone. So tell me, Brenda, is it that? What you think? Need a feedback? Come on, before I sign off. What you think, Phil? Take a break. Stop eating that steak. I know you eating that steak. Send me a steak and some Garrett's popcorn and some Geno's East pizza and some rib tips from what used to be Leon. And then I give you mug. All right, same, Brenda. Yes, Brenda, you tell me. Send me some money and you can have it. Well, I may send you some money from the Garrett's popcorn, but hey, Brenda. So you haven't responded. Is it making a full statement because sometimes it's delayed? Um, is it too many steps? Is too many steps to get on? Are you saying yes? There's too many steps. I know sometimes there's too many steps per se. I'll forget it. They say forget it. But Phil says sometimes it can. So is it yes? It's too many steps. I need a full sentence, please. Full sentence. Okay, I'm working on. All right, good. I think Brenda responded. You responded. Highlight this. I responded. Thank you. Too many steps. Okay, I'll work on some more. But since you got the link, go ahead and get registered anyway. So next time you got the link, I'm still working out some stuff. I need more people coming on. I need some more people. It makes for more interactive if I can get people on the face to face. All right. And so need y'all help me out with that, okay? I'm probably gonna edit this part out. All right. All hearts and minds clear. Okay. So with that being said, be funny. 1, 2, 3. That being said, this is Hero's Journey with Dr. D. Here to encourage, to motivate, to educate, to inspire, helping you get beyond your first move and creating a better mindset today. If you find any value in this content, go ahead, help me help you so we can help others by clicking subscribe, comment, sharing, and giving me a thumbs up. Because when you do this, you help me make it better tomorrow, today. Come on, people, help me. Help me so what it does, it increases the algorithm and I connect to more people. I can help more people out. And be on the lookout for the free sessions of chapter motion releasing, because I will be doing that. I'll try to package everything up, but I'll be offering free sessions. But I need to see stuff in the comments if anybody's interested in me helping people with their emotions. This is free now. It's free. My goal is to get more value, more value than a buck. So this is free. But I need comments and sections so anybody wants me to do it, and I don't have to be in your house. I don't have to be in your house to do this stuff. I can do this proxy on a phone, virtual, okay, or video, what have you. So this is Hero's Journey with Dr. D. And remember this: every day you get a vertical, make it your goal in life to always move forward and never move back, because you are important. I think you're important. God knows you're important. So always move forward. This is peace and blessings, and this is Dr. D, and we are